This video will be useful to you if you've just received your Healy and you want to learn how to use it easily and effectively. After you've got the Healy out of the box, you want to give it a charge. Make sure it's fully charged. So it'll come with a micro USB cable in the box with it. My particular one didn't come with a charging unit, but I'm just using this one that I had for my phone. And so you want to plug it in there and give it a good charge for a couple hours before you start using the Healy. So next thing that you want to do is you want to grab the app. So it's available in the Google Play Store and of course on the Apple App Store. And I recommend that you search Healy App, because if you search just Healy, then all kinds of weird stuff comes up. So Healy App will take you straight to the Healy one that we're looking for. So open up that and let that go. And here we go, got a few prompts. Allow it to access photos, take pictures and record. I don't know why it wants to do that. Anyway, allowing the device to know your location. I'm only allowing it while I'm using the app. So next, switch your Healy on. So it's just a few little seconds down, pressing down, and then it should come on. And you'll have this flashing light. You can see that, the flashing light, that means that it's on. So hit that, I have a Healy, and then you want to connect to the Healy. So some of the Healys have a bit of a hard time to be turned on. So if yours isn't turning on properly, you want to hard press this middle button for a few seconds and then it'll come on. It's just the sensitivity of the button on some of the Healys is a little bit off. And also, as a side note, if you long press your Healy for over 10 seconds, then it will actually reset the whole system inside. It's like a control alt delete for your Healy. Here we go, we're being prompted to scan the QR code. So QR code is this little thing on the back there, this little square. So I'm just gonna scan the QR code, line that up, and it's really fast. And that is all the information from your Healy and from your account that goes with the Healy. So if you've got a Healy Gold, it'll load a Gold program. If you have the Healy Health Plus, all the programs will be there, and if you've got the Resonance, then this little QR code will know that. From here, it would be helpful to read the quick start guide that came in your box. There's not much to it. If you're an English speaker, there's only 9 pages in this little booklet that are worth anything. All the rest is all the other languages, but there's some good things in here, but we're going to be going over them in this video anyway. And you also have the instructions for use booklet that came with it. Again, only the first 22 pages, I believe, are in English. And yeah, there's some helpful stuff in here as well, but yeah, it's more like technical stuff, and definitely worth a read to recap on everything that we're going to be learning here. So here I'm inside of the app, and it's prompting me to say that there's an update available. So that's one of the first things that you'll do. If you don't get prompted this, it'll be in the settings here, check for updates, and then it'll search for new updates, and then it'll update all of your programs. If you bought something extra, if you've got an upgrade, it'll all turn up there. Okay, so you might have chosen which frequency that you want to use, which program, or indeed the Resonance might have given you an update on what is best for your body. So either way, you hit the application, and then the next screen will show you which of the accessories that you want to be using, whether the wrist straps, the ear clips, or the electrode pads. In this case, the first application is using the Bracelet electrodes, so I'll show you how to use those. For any of the accessories, the wrist straps, the ear electrodes, or the sticky pads, they'll all require a bit of a moistening first, so they get a better conductivity. So don't be afraid of getting these things wet. They're completely fine for it, and it will really help the whole thing run smoothly. So we'll just give them a bit of a moisten first, because we're going to be using these wrist straps. And then the easiest way to get them on is to put that through there like that, so it's like halfway, and then get it on your wrist. And I like to have mine there, so the little dotty bit little clip-on thing is on the bottom. That's just my preference. If it was with the ear things, you dip them in water, no worries. We've also put some of these little furry pads in there, and it just helps with the comfortability of those. Here's the position that you want for the wrist straps, and after you put the sticky pads on these ear things, just put them on your earlobes like this. Easy. And when you're using the sticky pads, you just stick them wherever the pain is. So just in case you've been working out too much, stick them right next to there, and then put the electrodes on like that. Clip, clip. And like I said earlier, all of these things do better if you moisten them with some water or some gel first. Okay, I've got my wrist straps on, and I'm just going to clip these things on, the electrodes, bam, bam, and then stick this end, these, into these sockets here. So the particular program we're using, the polarity doesn't matter, but the polarity may come into play later with a different program. And then here we go, we're using the first application, we've got the wrist straps on, check, hitting start, and then the program will be transmitted. So now here's where the Bluetooth is really coming into play, because it's programming the Healy, sending the frequencies to it right now. So here we go, it's already got the program uploaded into the Healy, and it started the cycle. So we want to keep an eye on this circle here, and as the red dot progresses, it'll leave a little trail behind it. So that trail, if it's white, it means that there's good conduct between the electrodes and your body. And this is going to be a good one because we have moistened these first, and that makes a big difference. So we're going good, it's all white. And if it was a bad connection, it'd turn black. So yeah, because I've got it unconnected, disconnected, it's giving a black reading there, so that's no good. And we're like, oh yeah, now it's all good. Check it out. Excellent. So the next thing that we want to look at here is the 15%. That is how much power is going through the system here. So the idea is to crank this up until you feel a light tingling. So I can already feel a light tingling here. So I might leave it at 35%. When it's for the pain programs that I have been using as well, I like to crank it up to 100% because it just feels so good going through the system. But these other ones, the idea is that less is more. Dr. Krista Krunhert, who is an absolute expert at these things, keeps on repeating that less is more. It's not about pumping your system full with 100% on these, because if your body is feeling it, then it's hearing it, and if it's hearing it, then it's doing something with it. So no need to go crazy on all of this. However much, whatever the setting is for you, that is perfect. So as your application progresses, this one's got 40 minutes on it. You'll notice that the little frequencies here, the hertzes, will change from time to time, and you'll feel them in your body as well. You're like, ooh, that's nice, or that feels funny, or whatever it is. It's doing its job. So yeah, once this has taken its full trip around the circle, then it'll stop and it will play a funky tune, and then you'll know that it's over. I might add that the experts like Dr. Krista Krunhert only recommend that we do a maximum of 3 applications per day, as to not overwhelm the body with too many different frequencies. They're quite powerful. They do have a strong effect, so you want to ease your body into these things and keep it going smoothly. And if you want to cancel the application early, you hit that one and then hit the X, and then it will prompt you to close the program. Because if you try and do the back button, it'll quit the whole app, and then you'll have to restart the whole thing, and it's quite the process. So don't quit it like that. Quit it with the X, and then quit the program, and boom, you're done. So here's a useful piece of information. On the front page of the app here, you've got information tab down the bottom. Hit the little arrow, and then you've got the manual here. Instructions for use is great. It's like that other booklet that you got here. Yeah, great. But the manual The manual is an amazing piece of information. It's a 42-page document, I believe. It's quite long, and it goes for a real deep dive into each of the programs that you might have. It's the manual is your place to answer so many of your questions that you have. There's so much good information in there, and a really good place to start. So I recommend that you study the manual. It's much better than the instructions for use or the quick start. They're a bit hopeless. 41-page manual, and there's everything in here. It's really, really good. It's very thorough. It'll teach you about the science behind it. Everything. It's all here. It's all very wonderful. So I'd get stuck into the manual. Like I said, it's a wealth of information. Well, that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that helped, and if there's any other questions that you have, please put them in the comments box and we'll get back to you. Either that, or you can explore the links that we've provided, or speak to the person that sent you here. We also ask that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so when we make a new video and upload it, you'll get notified. Excellent. Thank you very much. All the best from us here at the True Resonance team.